So perfect. Might as well set up. Welcome to my little living room, my dungeon. It's lovely, isn't it? The first question I was asked, like, have you ever been on a Comic Con, like such a location, like castle, anything?
This is my first Comic Con, so high standards have been set.
Oh yeah.
Same for me. I said when we were walking down, oh, it's like we're back on the set of Vikings.
Yeah.
We're back in the castle.
Well, not particularly, but it's an amazing
Yeah.
ride. Have you walked around already, or?
Not yet.
Not yet.
A little
Too many
bit.
stairs, but yes.
There are many steps. Well, perfect. Then we're gonna get started because Vikings, a lovely series, of course. What was the first day like for you, getting on set of Vikings?
For me, it was involved a lot of horse riding. I had to, I maybe could have lied about how experienced I was on a horse, and I had to do a lot more practice than I imagined. So yeah, that was my first day riding horses all day.
Speaking of horses, they had a scene where I was supposed to be riding on horseback. So I went in to meet with the horse riding instructor, and he was like, "Did you tell them that you were really good at horse riding?" And I was like, "No, I promise I didn't." And he was like, "I think we should rewrite your scenes. We're now going to have you in a carriage."
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, you're the lucky one because I have been on horses before in Borges, but whenever I was introduced to the corral where I was supposed to do my training, just to check that I hadn't forgotten any of my skills, there was always only one horse that was right for me, which was the one called Diablo, and it was about 18 hands high and terrifying, and didn't like people, and more than that, didn't like me.
Oh, really? Oh.
You can sense when you walk over towards a bunch of horses in a corral, when they see a big fellow like me coming towards them, that they can fuck no, please not. And we both felt the same, and apparently the clenching on one's bottom hole that you get when you sit on a horse reminds the horse again, I hate this guy. I'm going to put my neck down and roll that fat fucker off. Yeah, like that.
Well,
Horses.
very long experience with horses, of course, then. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. But have you worked with horses before, then, or?
I've worked with horses before and horses since. When I went on to Vikings and found that that the only horse that they thought was bomb-proof enough for me was way too small for me.
Oh.
And so, which I felt good about because I could nearly touch the floor with my feet. But there were a couple of scenes where I am supposed to be leading these people into battle. And you've got to remember, I'm surrounded by proper men, stunt men who were born on a horse. They've been standing out in the freezing cold for 6 hours of shooting, and their bogies have turned into icicles, and they're not even batting an eyelid. And I'm up there getting someone putting a blankie around me, and then I've got to say, "Come on, let's go!" And I have to sort of charge off into the distance, pretending I'm the horseman, going down a hill in the rain in Ireland, whereas all these real men are luckily covering me up and making it look like I know what I'm doing. But no, I was dying inside, crying inside.
I can understand that then.
And terrified, waiting cold, desperate for another job that was waiting indoors.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
On a horse indoors.
Horse and
It's dead horse.
Guys, how did being part of Vikings challenge you, like physically or creatively? Yeah, we're going deep.
I mean, well, I think for the women characters in Wessex, we were, I suppose luckily or unluckily, we didn't have to do it standing out in 2 weeks of doing battles in the rain, which was a bit more comfortable, but also you kind of feel a bit like, oh, I'm missing out on all the fun.
Yeah.
There's like a 2-week block and everybody's out on horseback and killing each other.
Yeah,
But, yeah.